Pepsi released a paper in 2008 outlining their reasoning behind their logo redesign. In today's video, we will be exploring one of the many interesting points that were addressed in this paper, that being the gravitational pull of the Pepsi logo. I will show one of the multiple possible proofs of the gravitational pull of Pepsi in this particular video. First, consider the trajectory of light in deep space, as shown, which will follow a straight path. A straight path. Now, however, let's consider the trajectory of light in deep space when a massive object is nearby. A massive object as shown. Massive object. Massive object. Now, Einstein showed that light will follow a separate path due to the relativity of space and time. Light will appear to bend around. It will bend. From the observation of someone here, a person, light coming from a source behind the massive object will appear to bend as shown. From an object. Now, let's consider the situation of a typical shopper in a typical shopping aisle. The end of the aisle is only a straight path in front of the typical shopper, as shown. End of the aisle, end of aisle, and the shopper. The shopper. Shopper. This is a straight line path, as observed. The end of the aisle is only in a straight path. This makes sense. However, now let's consider that Pepsi logos are on the side of the aisle. The Pepsi logo exerts a gravitational bending on the light coming from the end of the aisle. A bending. This is because the Pepsi contains much energy. This is in the form of its logo containing much energy. And we also know that E equals mc squared, with m being mass and E being energy. From this, we can conclude that the Pepsi logo will exert a bending on the light coming from the end of the aisle. It will act, in a sense, as a massive object, and it will bend light. The bending of the light will exert an illusional pull in the direction of the Pepsi, almost as if the end of the aisle is not where it should be. End of aisle. Consider there being more Pepsi. The gravitational bending in this scenario will be even, even greater, greater. And so, the end of the aisle will be perceived to be even further to the right as before. Thus, we can conclude that there is in fact a gravitational pull, a grav pull of Pepsi, Pepsi. QED.